The story of Joseph. Long ago in Padanaram, Rachel prayed in tears, "O Lord, give me children, or I'll die." God heard her cry and opened her womb. She gave birth to a son and said, "God has taken away my shame. I will name him Joseph. May the Lord add another son." Joseph was Jacob's 11th child, but the firstborn of his beloved Rachel. From that day, Jacob's love for the boy.
In the hills of Canaan, Jacob fastened a garment he had woven with his own hands, a robe alive with many colors, and laid it across his son Joseph's shoulders. The boy's eyes shone.
Listen to my dream. We were binding sheaves in the field, and suddenly my sheaf stood upright, and all of yours gathered around and bowed down to mine.
His brother's anger burned.
Sent by his father to find his brothers near Dothan, Joseph approached with innocence. But they said, "Here comes the dreamer. Let's kill him." Reuben pleaded that they not shed blood, so they stripped off his colored coat and threw him into a dry pit. As Joseph cried, "Why do you want to hurt me? Are you not my brothers?" Their hearts were unmoved. Seeing traders on the road, they sold him for 20 shekels of silver, a slave bound for Egypt. The brothers dipped Joseph's coat in goat's blood and brought it to Jacob. When he saw it, he tore his robes and wept, crying, "My son is gone." For days he refused comfort, mourning a child he thought dead. The house of Israel was filled with sorrow. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. The Lord was with Joseph, and everything he touched prospered. Soon he was placed over all Potiphar's house. But Potiphar's wife tempted him daily. When she seized his garment, Joseph fled, crying, "I cannot do this great sin against God." In rage, she lied, and Joseph was thrown into prison. Yet God was still with him there. Even behind bars, Joseph served faithfully. 2 of Pharaoh's officials dreamed mysterious dreams. Joseph said, "Interpretations belong to God. Tell me your dreams." To one he foretold restoration, to the other death. Both came true, but the restored cupbearer forgot him for 2 long years. Then Pharaoh dreamed of 7 fat cows, devoured by 7 thin ones, and of healthy grain swallowed by scorched heads. No magician could explain it. The cupbearer remembered Joseph. Brought before Pharaoh, Joseph said, "I cannot, but God can." He revealed that 7 years of abundance would be followed by 7 years of famine. Pharaoh appointed Joseph as governor over all Egypt. At 30 years old, he wore Pharaoh's ring and rode in the royal chariot as people cried, "Bow the knee!" Joseph stored grain like the sand of the sea. He married Asenath and had 2 sons, Manasseh, "God has made me forget my trouble," and Ephraim, "God has made me fruitful in the land of my suffering." When famine came, the whole world came to Egypt for food. In Canaan, Jacob sent his sons to buy grain, keeping Benjamin home. When they bowed before Joseph, he recognized them, but they did not know him. He tested them as spies and kept Simeon captive until they would bring Benjamin. The brothers confessed their guilt over Joseph, and he turned away to weep. When they returned with Benjamin, Joseph wept again on seeing his younger brother. He hosted a feast and secretly placed his silver cup in Benjamin's sack. When accused of theft, Judah fell to his knees and begged to stay as a slave in Benjamin's place. His selfless plea proved their hearts had changed. Joseph could bear it no longer. He sent everyone out and wept aloud. "I am Joseph, your brother. Is my father still alive?" Terrified, they could not speak, but Joseph embraced them and said, "Do not be angry with yourselves. God sent me before you to save lives." He kissed Benjamin and forgave them all. Jacob refused to believe until he saw the wagons Joseph had sent. His spirit revived. "My son Joseph is alive. I will go see him before I die." At Beersheba, God appeared to him in a dream. "Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt. for I will make you a great nation there." When Joseph saw his father arriving, he rushed to him and wept for a long time in his arms. Joseph settled his family in the best land of Egypt. Jacob blessed Pharaoh and lived his final years in peace. Before he died, he blessed each of his sons and made Joseph swear to bury him in Canaan. When Jacob passed, Joseph wept once more and fulfilled his father's wish. Years later, Joseph's brothers feared he would seek revenge, but Joseph spoke gently. "Do not be afraid. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to save many lives." His words echoed through the ages, a reminder that God can turn any pain into purpose, any trial into triumph. Even when life takes a hard turn, when people betray you or dreams feel distant, God is still writing your story. He never forgets his promises. So keep believing, keep forgiving, keep trusting him, because the story isn't over yet.